Well, during the late 60s and early 70s, after graduation from business college, marriage, and the birth of a child, I decided that I wanted to pursue my art more seriously. So I began to look for an art teacher. Back in the 60s, that was maybe not too easy to find. But I did locate Mrs. Florence Riddle of Burlington, and she had a small studio out behind her house that accommodated 5 or 6 students. Well, Miss Florence was just fantastic. Um, she is the one who I give credit to for really setting me on the road, you might say, to a professional art career and painting. Well, I give credit to the old masters. Um, I became fascinated with the work of Gauguin and Monet, Vincent van Gogh, Cezanne, all of those, Lord, that when I view their work, I have to look very deeply into it, and you study it to actually see what you're seeing, but yet you're seeing so much more. Well, that's what I wanted for my work. Um, they are the impressionistic artists that worked in oils. Now, as far as watercolors, I love watercolors and pastels and acrylics, but I credit Bob Timberlake, um, Ken Hobson, Walter Creech, and a lot of local artists that we have in our county and state that I have viewed or watched to paint and also take instruction from, and they're just outstanding. As far as acrylics and pastels, they're just various masters that I have viewed or read their books of instruction, um, and they've all just continuously helped me in my growth. But of course, uh, Florence Riddle, I give her that credit again. And another lady that I found after my classes with Florence Riddle was Mrs. Betty Tyler. And Betty is a local artist who was the one that really helped me to see art in all things. She recognized that I had a unique style and a technique, and she encouraged me to step out of the box and do my thing. Well, my thing was to use the palette knife as well as the brushes. I use bold colors, lots of paint, large canvases, keeping in mind the strong dark and lights to bring out the contrast. Once I discovered the palette knife, it changed my entire vision of art. I found the true meaning of impressionistic work. The palette knife allows me to use tremendous amounts of paint, oil paints, placed on a palette and using various colors independently or in combined form to create various and new shades, smoothing them onto the canvas. My impressionistic style and paintings allow me to delve into all kinds of shapes and sizes and using the swiping technique. It gives me great pleasure to see someone viewing my work, standing and studying what they see, and getting lost in the work as they form their own opinions as to what they see. Actually, nature plays a significant role in my artistic subjects. landscapes, seascapes, sunsets, sunrises, clouds, animals, flowers, someone looking at an object, impressed by an event, unusual stories about places that they visited or events that they've been involved in. Of course, art instructors, images created and colors used in their work. Okay. There have been times when ideas and creations come to mind in my sleep. I wake up and jot them down or do a drawing. I have two of those paintings here today, Dusk Until Dawn and Field of Flowers 2. Both came to me in the night. When using oils, I find that they are very creative, flexible. I use strong colors, easily blended, messy, long-term, drying, but great impressionistic work, as well as traditional subjects. In reference to my using watercolors, I find that they're easily applied, transparent, soft, fast drying, and leans toward traditional work such as animals, flowers, seascapes, clouds, very fluid. When using acrylics, I find that they're more dense, less transparent, flows like watercolor, however more bold. Great for landscapes, flowers, and animals. Pastels are intense. They're soft, once applied, very difficult to change. Great, beautiful images once blended. I just want you to know that it gives me great pleasure and joy in the creation of art, and I give all the glory to our Lord for giving me this very special talent. I also want to say that we in Alamance County are so blessed to have so many talented, outstanding artists. I want to express my appreciation to Alamance Arts for giving me the opportunity to display my work here at the Mebane Community Arts Center, and to mention also the Burlington Artists League and Alamance Artisans, who also allow me to display my work, as well as many others who are such talented artists.